gamers, you what said that you claim it. It's that Xbox, spin the block, his legs slide. Fast talker, no riddling, moonwalking, selling moon rock just to make dividends. You in traffic with family? That much make it a portrait. Gun kick back, not grannies from porches. David on the scene, you know that it's scorching. What's the man with king? No response to the saying, advancing the line, advancing the payment. You front the game and shoot, what said that you claim?
You already know the time, told my boys to hold the line. We gon' shoot it out in seconds, leave you posted like a vine. Bow your head down to the king, leave your roses at the shrine. We stay ready for the war, just need the king to drop the sign. Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? Say what you running from, what you running from? I'm with my team, we bleed green, that's what you wanted, huh? This what you wanted. This what you wanted, huh?
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. We have really good news today. We have some bad news today. We have games that's missing the Xbox platform yet again. And that is kind of concerning. But I don't want to dwell too much on that because I kind of was looking forward to it. But we also have Square coming out talking about where they want to game and what they want to game on. Razer put out a new controller. And from what I'm hearing, it's all the rage. And we got some stuff to talk about. So, it's not going to be a long show today. It's going to be a quickie. But sometimes, some quickies be the best ones, aren't they? I mean, like, am I telling the truth? Let's get to these topics. GameStop is pivoting to retro games at select locations as the industry moves to digital media and the retailer struggles to adapt to the shifting landscape, including a short-lived stab at NFTs. That was the most horrible period of time when these dudes was pushing NFTs. The company is betting on old school. Yeah, makes sense. The GameStop Retro locations will stockpile physical consoles, disc cartridges from classic Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, and Sega platforms. This is a smart move. And I want to talk about this because, let me tell you, like GameStop lists 18 classic systems supported by retro stores stretching back to the 8-bit glory days of the Nintendo Entertainment System. Here's a complete list. They're going back to NES, Super NES, Game Boy, Sega Genesis, PlayStation, Sega Saturn, Nintendo 64, Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo GameCube, original Xbox, Nintendo DS, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, PlayStation 3, Nintendo Wii U, PlayStation Vita. You'll notice that the PSP isn't among the systems listed. EGAG emailed GameStop to try to confirm if it's omitted or not. We're going to talk about this because this is a big change in how we perceive things, and this could be a great thing. I just noticed, oh no, it's Alex was going out and purchasing a whole bunch of PlayStation 1 and 2 retro stuff. I don't know. Maybe he was on to something. Maybe he was ahead of the curve. GameStop making this pivot. Trying to make themselves relevant again, going back to the glory days. Isn't that what we do as humans? We see what's going wrong now, and we try to revert back to where we was greatest. You can't lie. In their heyday, when Nintendo was ruling, when these consoles were disconnected from the internet, so to say, and it was just point of purchase, GameStop was the end-all be-all. Now, GameStop find themselves struggling to survive in this digital world where analog is no longer the medium and digital is the currency. It kind of sucks, right? Because I was looking at some stuff the other day, and I was, again, oh no, it's Alex was talking about his new, I think it's PlayStation 2 collection or PlayStation 1 collection, and he's going down that rabbit hole purchasing that stuff. Well, if GameStop is getting into retro games, if anybody has retro consoles, because I have a couple of retro consoles upstairs, and I have, my Wii U, my Xbox One, I have a whole bunch of stuff, and not the new retros, not the updated ones, but I have retro consoles. Expect GameStop to raise the prices on these games to go and purchase They're gonna liquidate some bread, go to eBay and purchase all those games off of eBay, and put them for a significant markup, and try to capitalize on your FOMO and your nostalgia. So you saw that game before and you was like, oh man. Like, cause I remember somebody said Golden Sun, and I had that on my Game Boy Advance. And it brought back feelings of nostalgia. And then I went back and played it on my Game Boy Advance, because I have a Game Boy Advance upstairs, and I was just like, cool. But be careful for these charlatans, these Shylarks, these snake oil salesmen that masquerade as your friends. This is GameStop, and we've wanted them to be eliminated for a long time, and now they're at the precipice of their demise. Xbox saved them not too long ago. Xbox seems to do that a lot. Like, Microsoft seems to go and save companies. Remember when they saved Apple? And they just reaching back and saving Sony. And they saved GameStop not too long ago. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to let them fade away. Like Radio Shack. Let me tell you something. Like, I play my Steam Deck all the time. And Valve Steam Deck OLED makes a great portable gaming PC even better. I was talking to Jimmy Champagne when I was on my last trip to California, and he does his Deck Ready channel, and it gives me a lot of information that I love. So if you guys want to, if you're into Steam Deck, I'm going to be doing how can I say it, reviews of hardware soon. So I'm trying to partner up with a company at the moment, and once I partner up with that company, I'm going to be bringing you reviews of hardware as we speak. But the Steam Deck, it's like they said, it's a milestone moment. While the original release in 2022, it wasn't without its drawbacks, it remained fantastic debut despite the effort. Incredible solid foundations, just begging to be built upon with better specs. That's exactly what Valve did 2 years later with the Steam Deck OLED. The OLED system, now, these prices are ridiculous. I'm not even trying to, bang it out like that, pause. But what they liked about it is brighter, slightly bigger display. And I heard that they opened it up a little bit more, pause, over here, right? So, its name adaptly advertises what it does. Its updated Steam Deck has been outfitted with a new OLED display, and Nintendo Switch did that too. But it's more things. Like Jimmy broke it down. Like, it was so many different things. The screen to the hertz, from 90 hertz. I mean, from 60 hertz to 90 hertz. From LCD to OLED. You got a better battery life. And that's one of the biggest things, that I had a problem with. But these are the founding blocks and the foundation for what is seemed to be where the PlayStation and the Xbox is going. They talk about the ROG Ally, the Legion Go here. They talk about the power. I still believe that the operating system on the Steam Deck blows those two out of the water. And I will stand on that, and I will die on that hill. But we're going to talk about the Steam Deck and the Steam Deck OLED and how it transformed the landscape and where we're going just because of them. But I think it had a bigger influence, and I believe that influence was Nintendo. So I got a Steam Deck, and I actively watch when it does show up what Jimmy Champagne's Deck Ready. And I actively look at his videos that he puts out for Deck Ready, because he helped me a long way with my Steam Deck, because I had the ROG Ally and I was disenchanted with the user interface. But when I got to my Steam Deck just felt like a console, like automatically. And I was able to go into my Steam library, which I don't have that many games over there on Steam. So when I do purchase over there, I'm very prudent in how I purchase, because I don't like to spread my gaming in two different, very vast and far, browsers and stuff like that, spaces. So when I pick up my Steam Deck, I know exactly what I'm going to play, what games I'm going to play. When I pick up my ROG, I do the same thing. But the Steam Deck I always thought was great. And then he showed and he debuted the differences between the OLED. Please, if you have an OLED Steam Deck, please leave a comments under this video to let me know what is your experience. Did you have a regular Steam Deck and you upgraded to the OLED, or did you just start at the OLED? I'm very interested because I'm very intrigued to make this happen. Now, I don't want to let my ROG go. I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit longer. But increasingly, if I can make that sale, I'll probably get rid of my ROG for a Steam Deck OLED. And then give my regular deck to my son. Because I think everybody should have a Steam Deck. I think the Steam Deck is incredible. Just saying. I don't know how I feel about this, but the Xbox August update is coming today with the new Discord features. Now, the August update is coming to Xbox Series S and X and Xbox One consoles today, and it brings the new Discord calling and streaming features that Microsoft has been testing with insiders. Now, I have a couple of friends that actually, are insiders. I told y'all a story a long time ago how I got out of the insider program because I felt that it disabled one of my greatest systems, and that was the Xbox One Call of Duty system. I'm completely mad, will be mad to this day. If Xbox was late to integrate Twitch streaming natively into the Xbox operating system, the company was the first console maker to add Discord calling features on consoles in 2022, with the PlayStation following a year later. Until now, Discord calling on Xbox was restricted to voice channels in its service, but the Xbox August update adds the ability to call Discord friends directly. That's incredible. It changes the landscape of things. In other related news, Microsoft made cloud gaming available on 2 new Amazon Fire TV Stick devices this week. The first gen Fire Stick TV 4K Max and the third gen Fire TV Cube to make the Xbox game available on more screens without the need for a console. Microsoft also made its app available on Samsung TVs and monitors. That's diversifying your portfolio without breaking the bank, people. Best way to game. So I'm not an insider, and I hate to be on insider program at Xbox. It hurt my console. It hurt my Xbox One Call of Duty console, and that was my favorite console. I love that console. I love how it looked. I love the sound when you booted it up and everything. And me being in that that insider program hurt that. I didn't know how to dislodge the console. It was a big headache. So a lot of my friends on the insider program, and they was talking to me about the Discord calling and directly calling from Discord. I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Calling from your Xbox, talking to people. I don't know. I think it puts security risks for kids. I don't know. I think Microsoft and Xbox went through a great lengths in order to secure an ecosystem where your children are safe. And I think Discord circumvents that. So I don't know really how I feel as a parent. As a gamer, yeah, I'm super excited to do that. But as a parent, I don't know how I feel about that. Please leave in the description how you feel as a parent, how you feel as a gamer about the Discord calling feature that you're able to do on your Xbox. Because your Xbox just turned into your cell phone. And that's wild. Konami basically confirms that Metal Gear Solid is coming to the Xbox and the PlayStation 5. No pun intended. Might as well be the 4, right? That's where everybody's at. The next installment of Konami's Metal Gear Solid collection has yet to be officially confirmed or announced, even as fans find evidence of it in reports surfacing of its existence. So it's weird that Konami is still playing coy about Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, and other games getting new ports. Released last year, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 contained 5 classic Metal Gear Solid games: Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid Snake 2, Sons of Liberty, Metal Gear Solid Snake 3, Snake Eater. It's in the Solid Collection, even if it has some flaws. But fans knew the second collection would have to be released eventually. It made sense. And most evident points to Metal Gear Solid 4 being one of the games included in the next collection. I can't wait for that to happen. I'm down for the Snake Eater. I think it's like remaster or whatever that is coming out. It's going to be great. I'm down for all Metal Gear stuff. It's a sneaking mission. Metal Gear Solid for okay. Is it important news? I guess if you on a sneaking mission and you one of those guys that are super into Metal Gear Solid like that, me personally, I don't know. I like Snake Eater. I thought Snake Eater was the best of the bunch, and the fact that they're making Snake Eater, I think I get my win right there, and I could just skip to the side. Whenever they do make it, whenever they do announce it, then I can gear up and get, ready for it. But I've played these games already. I'm so sick and tired of this generation where it's just remakes and remasters of same stuff that we already had, experiences that we had. If you saw me playing Tiny Tina's Wonderland today, I had such a ball playing it, streaming it today. It's up there for you guys to check it out. I had so much fun playing it because it's a different new experience and it's fun, but it's crafted in the Borderlands world. So me and my son went to go see Borderlands, the movie. I thought the movie was at 8. He thought the movie was a 7.5. And the reason why is because we got all the jokes. We got all the jokes. We saw the worlds. The world was great. Everything that they did, every way that they crafted this world, Borderlands was fantastic. Some people ain't going to like the movie. Some people's not going to resonate with the movie. But if this is the end of the summer movie with you and your kids, I'm going to tell you, man, go have fun. If they like Borderlands, if you like Borderlands, if you like fun, go watch it. It's just a fun movie. And maybe I'll watch it a little bit different because I got the Game Pass for movie theaters, but it's fun. But what I'm going to tell you is the worst part of the movie is Kevin Hart. Because he's not an action star. And they keep trying to force feed him like he's an action star. Go do comedy. Ugh. Yo, so you know how you spread fear, uncertainty, and doubt? That's FUD, right? We call that FUD in our community, right? This is the Xbox text. Grand Theft Auto 6 resolution rumors spark anger amongst fans. I didn't get all that anger, so I would not know at all, to be honest with you. But what's happening here is that, they're talking about the Resident Evil on the Xbox that caused heated debates. Digital Foundry assumes or predicted that it'd be 720 on the Xbox Series S. Hasn't even been announced for anything. That's the problem with this industry right now. They're automatically issuing on the Xbox and claiming, that in the best case scenario, it's going to be this and it's going to be that. You don't know how this game is optimized. If it's optimized like a dog, like Black Myth Wukong, then probably so. But we have no idea. It could be 900p for all we know. But people that brought a Series S understood what they purchased when they got it. In this climate where the economic climate where consoles are raising in price, the Series S seems to be the best value to get into this generation. For all those gamers that's still gaming on Xbox One, and those games are limited now, you see Naraka Blade Point leaving Xbox One. PlayStation 4 gamers need to make the jump. Xbox One gamers need to make the jump. And if they can't financially viably make the jump, then they need to look at points that make sense for them. So stop issuing on a console that gives them the opportunity to do so. I think Digital Foundry, as much as I love them, I hate them equally. They are probably the most FUD spreading informationals out there. And the saddest thing is I got to keep hearing about how the Series S is going to do this and the Series S is going to do that. And the Series S is holding back this and the Series. It's not true, bro. If you're a developer, get better. But the new fear and uncertainty and doubt that they're spreading now is that, whoa, wait a second. Hear this. That Grand Theft Auto 6 on the Series S will be 720p. Wow. Where did you get this from? It's just a sickness, bro. You have a sickness. A sickness.
And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam.
A new Xbox Game Pass game is a hit with co-op fans. Now, I did not know nothing about this game, and I'm not going to sit here and hold you and act like I did know anything about this game. I heard about the game coming last month, and I called Cap on it. But a new Xbox Game Pass game is a huge hit with co-op fans. Microsoft has updated the console and the PC version of Game Pass recently, giving subscribers a new game that, and you got to check it out, right? So it's from Pugstorm, publisher Fireshine Games, and it debuted on Steam Early Access back in 2022. But before fully releasing this month in August 27, Viva, not Xbox consoles or PC, but the Switch and the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 as well. For those that have not connected the dots yet, the game is called Core Keeper. Its Metacritic reviews peg the game at 85, a very solid score, especially with the indie game. Meanwhile, 91% of the 26,000 users reviews on Game and Steam are positive. Very positive rating it's received. So if this game is up your alley, I mean, go check it out. It's inside Game Pass, right? Those guys didn't get it in Game Pass. You get it in Game Pass because Game Pass loves you. Core Keeper. Let me know if you played it, if you tried it inside Game Pass, if it's something that you're interested in. Is it something that we should be looking at to play on Fridays? I want to get more into community stuff. So like if you wanted to jump inside Tiny Tina's co-op with me, you want to hang out, cool. If you're a member, what I'm going to start doing, like during the week, I'm going to be going live, right? And when I'm going live and I'm streaming, if you're a member, you can jump in. Whatever game I'm playing, most likely it's going to be a co-op game. Jump in and we'll have some fun. That's what I'll do to give back to members. Hey, man, I appreciate you. We're going to work on some things, but I'm going to make sure, because I got a boatload of coins. I'm trying to get rid of these coins. I'm trying to get these coins into every member's hands, man. We got so many different coins. Shout out to Ben. But yeah, Core Keeper. Hey, I heard that it was a real good game. I heard it was a dope game on Steam. Rated very high. And it has that old school 16-bit era feel. Is it really fun? I don't know. Let me know. Talk to me down in the comments. I answer each and every last one of you guys' comments. I don't skip you. I read each and every last one of them. Actually, I have to in order to get down to the bottom because the page be so full with comments. So I got to read each and every last one of you. And I take the time out to do so, to answer you guys. And sometimes I got a little funny banter back and forth with the poor begging ponies. They're there. They down there. But Core Keeper, hey, let me know how it is. If it's something that you like to play, if it's something that during the week we can just get into. I want to play games that the people are playing that we can play together. I don't want you gaming alone. You don't ever have to walk alone. We can play at all times together. Pause. I know you guys. You're some weirdos. And what can be only seen as a boost, the director of Final Fantasy XIV, Yoshi P. We would like to release more Square Enix games on Xbox, and there will be more of our titles released on Xbox. I can't wait for that to happen. To be honest with you, Final Fantasy 14 being released is great, And they said it was a successful launch on Xbox consoles. Square Enix would like to further and deepen the relationship with Xbox because they need money, and they expect money to be the root of pushing this deal forward. Coco knows, like Square knows, they need that bread. So now if you heard Coco at the end of it, she was like, hell yeah, daddy, Square needs to get that money together. And Xbox is that frontier. I guess you save your ace in the hole until you need it. And it didn't pan out for them over there. And that is quite all right. Final Fantasy remake, rebirth, Final Fantasy 16, all the games that skip the Xbox need to make their way over to the Xbox in order to financially start to make sense. And you can release them digitally. You don't have to release these with hard copies. Release them digitally. Just make bread. When are you going to get it in your head that digital releases is just cash? Make it. Make it and make it now. Get this money. You dudes are playing around. You could have made physical copies all over on the PlayStation, all you wanted, right? And just make it digital on Xbox. That's it. That's how you don't skip the Xbox platform. If fine, costs you next to nothing, right? So what it does, you make it digital. They want it, they buy it. They don't buy it, oh well. We want a physical copy. So what? Who gives a damn? Yo, and make it physical over there on them. I don't know why I gotta teach you guys game, man. Like, y'all get paid the big bucks, and I gotta sit here and get pittance and put you up on game. You gotta hustle better, baby. Y'all ain't got no hustle in your soul. You know how we do. We like to save that money. The Seagate 1 terabyte expansive card for the Xbox Series S and S dropped to its lowest price it's ever been, $129. It dropped all the way down to $121. That's $18 cheaper than the Western Digital C50. And the CK expansion cards is one of the best. Yo, it's great. I love it. And look at that, 24% down. That's great. Listen, you can go pick up a refurbished console. I always tell people to go do that. You know, you get that from Amazon. You get a refurbished console. It comes with a 2-year warranty. Things is brand new. Whatever happened at the factory, they send it over to Amazon or whoever their place is to get it fixed, or they probably fix it in house. And Amazon sells those things at a steep discount. I brought one for I think I paid $330. And that was great. And, you know, I had a 2 terabit SSD. Yo, greatest investment ever. And it's still cheaper than the new console that they're putting out. If you want to save some bread, if you want to upgrade your situation, look at this, this right here. This makes a boatload of sense. I'm always going to lead you to the path of saving that bread, bro. You go get yourself a refurbished console. I don't care if it's a PlayStation. I don't care what it is. You go get yourself a refurbished console. Refurbished is not, somebody got it and threw it out and they found it in the trash and they fixed it up. Stop being stupid. What happens if it was a manufacturer's defect, it didn't pass. So they put those to the side. Then they take those and they try to do diagnostics, trying to figure out what it was that made it go wrong. They fix it. That's called refurbished. They can't sell it as factory new because it's factory refurbished. You get factory refurbished. They send those over to the distributor. Distributors label them, put them out, and they sell them at a discounted price. Because that means there was something wrong with it. You had to bring it off the assembly line. Those consoles are sold with a 2-year warranty. The console that you bought right now can have a defect that is not detectable until it gets hot or until it's turned on and it's played. Pause. And then, boom. It happens. You got to send it back. If you didn't buy a warranty, you ass out of luck, right? But with these refurbished joints, they have a warranty. Now, you don't get a chance to get refurbished stuff very early on, in the console life, because it doesn't come up that way. But you're able to get a console, like I did for Series X, for $330. And then I had a Seagate drive, the expansion card, a 2 terabit. Less than that new console that they're putting out right now. I'm not in line with the price hikes. I don't do that. And I think we're supposed to be at a lower price rung at this moment. And it's just not cool. Let's save this money. Let's get it, guys. Come on. We're supposed to be in this generation, not in the past. Blue Protocol was announced in December to be coming to the Xbox consoles. But guess what? Namco announces its cancellation to bring this game to the West. We know that it has been a great anticipation for Blue Protocol since its first announcement of the game. We wanted to deliver an experience that is like stepping into a world of anime. And we have been challenging ourselves to create a world where each and every player can enjoy adventures as the main character of an anime. We work hard to prepare for the release. However, we have come to the conclusion that it would not be possible to provide that service that satisfies you. And that sucks because a lot of people was looking forward to this MMORPG. But, yeah, poor little look out for Blue Protocol. Sucks. Okay, so when I first saw Blue Protocol, it was announced and it was an MMORPG. And I'm like, all right, cool. Something good coming over here, something different. I like a cascading portfolio that shows a diversity in its approach, right? When you go to your games. So when you show your games off, or when people come over to play games, or you're broadening your horizon, it's a free to play game anyway. So this game would have definitely fit a niche that is sorely missing on the Xbox platform. And when they announced that it was coming in December, I was a little excited for it. I was like, yo, let me see what it looks like. And the promise of the game was really good. But the fact of the matter is Bandai Namco now has definitely taken this game offline. So it's not going to work anymore. It's not going to show up. It's not going to happen. And that's kind of disheartening, because you want these games to be bigger than, greater than, larger than life. And sometimes they don't reach those lofty goals that you set forth for it, right? So I really wish that the game would have came out, and the developers tried their best to make these games translate to the West, and something went wrong. So it sucks that we don't get a chance to get it, but at the end of the day, what can I say? At least they tried, and they let us know it's just not coming. It's not coming for Xbox. It ain't coming for anybody on the West. I'll be highly irresponsible if I didn't talk about the PlayStation Portal. They say that it's doing decent, and Sony could be working on a new handheld. The last one is the Vita. I got like 3 Vitas. I think 1 is broken, 2 is good. Well, it's not broken. It has a cracked screen. What people don't understand is the next console is going to be a handheld. So dudes reading about this is getting stuff mixed up, but I like I said, I'll be irresponsible if I didn't report on this part right here. And again, it's people not doing the proper research to understand where they're going as far as consoles going, but it's up to Microsoft to lead the way. All right, dudes, the PlayStation Portal is doing, from what their metrics, we don't know what their internal metrics is, doing way better than their PlayStation VR 2, right? Okay, so guys are getting it mixed up. The next console that they're working on is a handheld, and don't get it screwed up. Yeah, it's not the Vita 2. It's going to be the actual PlayStation. I don't know what they're going to call it. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. You know how we do it over here. We're going to run it up on them bums. Those poor beggars are looking for any type of information to get. They don't buy, right? So it's very hard to gauge these fools, right? So in this economy, it's not prudent for you to ask them to make a Pro, make a Vita 2, make a PlayStation 6. You are insane. It has to be the kids that don't work. It has to be the people that don't have any responsibility. It has to be the irresponsible ones that don't understand where the world is going, what the economy looks like, or what's happening. It has to be you guys that are feeding this stupid narrative. Y'all don't even have a PlayStation 5 yet. Oh my God, you guys get on my damn nerves. Now, back in March, Bungie made a weird move that replaced former Marathon reboot director Chris Barrett with Joe Ziggler last March. Earlier this year, Chris Barrett, a senior figure at Bungie and the project lead on its Marathon reboot, was reported to have left the studio. A new report has shed light on his departure, claiming that he was ousted after an internal investigation of inappropriate behavior, allegedly. My man Jason Schreier claims Barrett was fired from the studio this spring after being accused of inappropriate behavior by at least 8 female employees. Wow, that's a whopping number. Speaking directly to some women who had originally filed complaints against Barrett alongside a number of employees involved in Bungie's investigating, Bloomberg reports Barrett repeatedly befriended women at the studio, then subjected them to a barrage of text messages that blurred the lines between professional and personal. Text seen by Bloomberg described as unwanted, uncomfortable by women, and received them included flirtatious messages and requests to hang out. According to Schreier, Bungie's HR investigation ultimately found Barrett, who had been with the company since 1999 and worked with both artists and game director prior to his departure, had called lower-level female employees attractive, asked them to play truth or dare, and made references to his wealth and power within the studio, suggesting that he can help advance their careers. In a response provided to Bloomberg by Barrett, I feel that I have always conducted myself with integrity and respectful and supportive of my colleagues, many of whom I consider my closest friends. I've never understood my communications to be unwanted and would have never thought they could possibly have made anyone feel uncomfortable. If anyone ever felt that way about their interactions with me, I am truly sorry. This is, damn. Well, this is stuff that we have to talk about. We have to talk about conduct in the workplace. We have to do that. So in March, we were looking at all the Bungie stuff, and we saw that Chris Barrett got replaced for Joe Ziggler. I think he's the guy over at Valorant, right there, head design guy or something like that over at Valorant. And when it happened, we just thought it was like more shuffling, because I think that was around the time that there was layoffs happening over at Bungie. Well, it came out that it's more information, allegedly, because I don't victim bash, and until it's done in a court of law, I'm not going to sit there and say anything is absolute. And even then, sometimes the law gets it wrong. A lot of times, and this may be an unpopular take, right? This may be an unpopular take, and I don't want to lose any of the female audience, the little female audience I do have, but we are different now because of these things here. These things here is like alcohol, and it gives guys courage, right? So remember, sometimes you're in a club and you're drinking, and when you drink, you get courage. You go up to any girl, hey, what up, love? Blah, 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 boom, boom, boom. Or, or whoever. Nowadays, people don't get out. And they're on dating apps and they're working. And 90% of the people that you date, you marry, whatever, happens at the workplace, right? And that workplace transfers over back to you start your life. A lot of people meet their significant others through work. So if you have a single, lonely person, let's say his name is Chris, and he's working, he got a little bit of bread, and he feel at this point in time that he's established and he's looking for a relationship. Like to the best of my knowledge, Chris isn't married, right? Chris is, I'm going to assume, right? You know what they say when you assume, that Chris is single. So Chris is single, and he's hitting on girls at the office, and that's the fine line that you walk. Could Chris be awkward? Could his approach be wrong? It could be all of the above. He could probably don't know how to read the room. I'm gonna give you a for instance. I sent a text out to the group, and I sent the group text, and Sovereign hit me back, and Sovereign's kind of upset. And I was like, well, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, you had put something in the chat. And I was like, oh, I didn't say it like that. But how he read it, how he saw it as I was being either upset or demanding or something like that. And I was like, nah, not at all. I was like, but hit me up when you feel away. Like the moment you feel away, hit me up. I'm not one of those people that don't like confrontation. So I capitally embrace it, because I want people to get whatever they have on their chest off their chest. So that way it's not staying with you. So, okay. So that aside, I can see where some things are misconstrued. Now, there's 8 individuals that it came through. Did those 8 individuals consort with each other to have a conversation and say, "Oh, he's talking to you too," or he hit you up too, and all this other stuff? But maybe he's so awkward and aggressive in his approach that he's listening to whoever telling him, you have to be a little bit forceful and you have to get your point across. I don't know where you're getting information from, but a lot of this stuff happened when it was unwanted texts and unwanted advances on this device. Liquid courage. I think those devices are bad when it comes to that, getting your information across. I'm an old school dude. If I'm gonna talk to you, I'm gonna talk to you, face to face. I like to meet. I like to look in the eyes. I like to see body language. And that's what I go off of. I'm not absolving him from any perceived guilt that he acquired or that is attributed to his actions. Not at all. I'm not saying that. And I'm wholeheartedly sympathetic to anything that the victims feel that they went through or did go through. Not feel, but did go through. And they had to report. Anytime that it's a serious situation, anytime that you feel that you have to go to a higher authority above an individual to report something, then there's credence to that matter. And anytime that body feels that they did an investigation that was thorough enough to come to an agreement that divestiture or expulsion from the core is warranted, then there's credence to something to those allegations, right? And that whole convoluted speech, if they found you guilty then maybe you were guilty. I'm just not so quick to indict men, and I've seen awkward guys move and try to talk to the opposite sex or the same sex or whatever, but they do it awkwardly, and sometimes they feel that the phone is a barrier that gives them anonymity to get across their inhibitions, to shed their inhibitions and get across their intentions. I don't think that is right. I don't think that it's cool. But at the same time, I think people need to be more social and get to more social gatherings. Maybe if you're in office, sponsor a social night where it's like single individual social mixer. And in there, y'all come to the agreement that, y'all can talk there and whatever happens. That way, if the person is interested in you in the social mixer, that you exchange phone numbers and you take the conversation from there. But you don't ask somebody for their phone number at work and they're thinking it's work related things. And then you start texting them stuff that's not work related and that's more geared to relationship stuff. So listen, this is the part in the video where King done finished giving you life lessons. But what I would tell you is don't listen to any of those people that's online telling you how to be an alpha, how to be a great alpha, and how to take control in a relationship. Just do it with your heart, do it with a sensitivity. And if you don't have your moms around to help guide you into relationships, get your sister, get your aunties, or get a female that you trust and bring that information to them to get a sensitive side to it. Sometimes guys can be a little bit aggressive. So if you talk to your friends or your guy friends can't tell you how the female persuasion reacts to your advances, right? So sometimes you need a counterbalance to the balance that you have, right? So you got to just check it out. But this is the part in the video where I'm going to tell you to like, follow, and subscribe, and hit the notification button. But if you liked anything in this video, please, I encourage you to become a member. The members are the lifeblood of the channel, and you help us move forward. Without you, a lot of things can't get done. I do videos daily. I do streaming a lot now. Shout out to NZXT for all the hard work that they do put through, and giving me the flexibility to be all I can be in this space. And new members, you make it really worthwhile. And what I'm going to tell you is like what I tell everybody else. Try to play the Game Pass.